Basketball is like a symphony, a rhythmic masterpiece made up of so many intricate details: rebounds, passing, handle. But in recent NBA history, one skill has stolen the spotlight above all others: the three-point shot. When you think about the art of shooting behind the arc, no one matched the mastery of Stephen Curry. But as we look back, with records shattered and range redefined, the question becomes, can anyone match Steph? Let's talk about the most lethal shooters who belong in the conversation. Before Steph blew open the doors, others laid the bricks. With 2,973 made threes over 18 seasons, Ray Allen held the all-time three-point record before Steph. In the 2010 finals, he sank 7 three-pointers in one half to break Michael Jordan's then playoff record 6. The next year, in a game against the Lakers, he became the record holder for threes made. He dethroned Reggie Miller, who hit 2,560 before the league caught up to his vision. It wasn't just scoring that made Reggie so prolific, it was when he scored. If it was late in the game and a point or three could decide the game, you knew where the ball was going. Reggie saw a lot of Space Jam endings, but none came close to his famous 1995 playoff game against the Knicks, where he registered 8 points in 8.9 seconds. Kyle Korver was another dangerous shooter, hitting at 42% from deep across 17 seasons. He was a movement shooter before that term existed. In his best season, he shot over 50% beyond the arc. He didn't need to be the most athletic or physical in order to be an asset to his team. All he needed was the ball and a little bit of daylight. What about Peja Stojakovic? A deadeye from any angle. In the regular season of 2003-04, he shot 43% on over 5.3 attempts per game. Absurd volume for the era. And when we talk about the godfathers of the three, let's not forget Del Curry, who brought a shoot-first mentality into a league that didn't yet value it. He passed down more than genetics. He passed down philosophy. These guys weren't pulling from logos, but they made you fear the line. If you forgot about Steph for a moment, there's a few more snipers and volume assassins that come to mind. Many people see Klay Thompson as the second greatest shooter ever. Playing for Golden State together may have made him and Steph teammates, but shooting bombs made them the Splash Brothers. Most great duos had complementary skills, so people had questions because Steph and Klay were both shooters. Steph was the obvious star, but people found out that Klay could hold his own. He once hit 14 threes in a single game. 37 points in one quarter. 60 points on just 11 dribbles. Together, they were deemed the greatest shooting backcourt we've ever seen. Then there's Damian Lillard, who redefined confidence. Opponents would hate to see him start tapping his wrist because everyone knew that meant it was Dame time. Straight from college, Lillard showed signs that he'd be a problem in the league. In his rookie season, he made 185 threes, 19 more than Steph's rookie season. He now ranks 4th on the all-time list and still has his foot on the gas. Dame's left plenty of guys checking their watch, but there's a lot of others who learned to fear the beard. There's only one player in NBA history next to Steph above 3,000 made threes, powered by a step back that he could hit at impossible angles. Steps back, open three, got it! And a gift for drawing fouls. James Harden created a frenzy of his own, such that the NBA had to change the rules. Right now, he still holds the record for most threes attempted in a season, shooting 1,028 of them during the 2018-19 season with the Rockets. He'd shoot a 37% clip to make 378. not so far behind the NBA record 402. You've also got plenty of younger guys who are climbing the ranks. Trae Young hasn't hit the same heights yet, but he's already top 10 in deep range threes since entering the league. And he's also the Hawks franchise leader for made threes. With a lot of years ahead of him, Ice Trae is still scary. But there's another group of three-point marksmen that we haven't talked about yet. These guys are your do-it-all basketball unicorns. Dirk Nowitzki hit 1,982 threes as a 7-footer. His one-legged fade blurred the line between shot and arc.
Give us some hope here. Nowitzki, tough shot, boy. Got banged.
When he had it going, there was little teams could do to defend against him. They're lucky he only played 21 seasons. Around the time Dirk was in his prime, a similar player entered the league. Ever heard of Kevin Durant? 40% career shooter in the playoffs from deep, 7 feet tall. You can't rush him. He gets to his spots. You can't block him. You can really only watch.
Kevin Durant way outside, delivers. Kevin Durant from downtown.
Then you've got that guy nicknamed the Joker. Yes, the MVP that was drafted during a Taco Bell commercial. Every game he brings a deep bag of tricks, yet he never plays around. Nikola Jokic is a center with the touch of a guard. He'll hit one-legged, off-balance rainbows with a grin.
With 6 first-quarter points, Jokic.
And we'd need a whole separate video to discuss his passing. It's not hard to see why the Denver Nuggets built their system completely around him. And yet, even with all this talent around the league, and so many guys becoming three-point experts, there's only one man whose gravity reshaped not just how teams strategize and play, but even how they're constructed by the front office. And it's still Steph. He holds the all-time record, over 4,000 threes and counting. He once hit 402 in a single season. It's not just history, it's science fiction. He's had 5 seasons making 300 plus threes. No one else has more than one. His efficiency? 42.7% for his career in the playoffs. That's while taking the hardest shots on the court. Off the dribble. 30 feet with 2 defenders trailing. And remember that gravity? Unmatched. He bends defenses before he even touches the ball. Steph didn't just stretch the floor. He turned the court into a canvas. So, who belongs in the conversation? Allen? Miller? Klay? Dame? Harden? Dirk? Durant? Jokic? Even Trae someday. But Curry, he is the conversation.
Are you the best point guard ever?
Yes. Yes. It's me and Magic. Is the conversation?
Yeah.
He turned ill-advised, deep threes into the deadliest weapon the league had ever seen. Stephen A. Smith calls him the greatest shooter that God ever created.
This is the greatest shooter God has ever created. We have never seen a shooter the likes of Steph Curry in the history of the game of basketball.
But he may just be the most influential player the NBA has ever seen.
He changed that whole narrative. He did. He single-handedly changed the no lead is safe.
Want to understand Steph's full impact? Watch our deep dive on Steph Curry and the GOAT debate. Why the media got it wrong. Or explore how unselfish systems created the legacies and why Klay regrets leaving the Warriors. Great shooters hit shots. Revolutionaries changed the game.